Speak just very briefly about the Every Student Succeeds Act. And I know that several of my colleagues have come down to the floor just a couple minutes ago, the senator from Wyoming, to really talk about the good things that we have seen in this education reform bill and celebrate how it really ends the National School Board by putting more control for our schools in our state and local hands. And I think that that is worthy of note and really for the schools, for the administrators, for the teachers, for the parents, I think this is worthy of celebration. I am more than pleased that the Every Student Succeeds Act will finally allow our states to judge our schools by more than just the test results and allow our teachers to do what they want to do. They want to be able to teach our kids and really engage in the art and the love of learning and not just prepare for a test. I think we all know that our children are more than what can be described in some of these fill-in-the-bubble exercise tests. And our teachers are certainly more than robots that just stand in front of a class and follow a script that has been orchestrated from elsewhere. I tell many Alaskans and outside that I kind of got my political start, if you will, as the president of my son's PTA, our Parent-Teacher Association in our local neighborhood school. And I came to understand firsthand and very upfront and personal what No Child Left Behind meant, not only for my son's school, but for schools across Alaska, an area where you have a lot of geography and not a lot of numbers in terms of your population. NCLB did not work for us as a very rural state. The one-size-fits-all did not work. My son's school, our public school, was deemed a failing school in the first year that adequate yearly progress was the measure, the standard of measurement. And we were dubbed a failing school because we had one subcategory of students where the numbers were so small, but we didn't have enough students show up to take the test on that day. And so we all know there were 31 different ways to fail AYP. And Little Government Hill Elementary in Anchorage, Alaska, failed that first year. That's tough as a neighborhood, because you're saying, why? What's wrong with our school? What's wrong with our neighborhood? And really, there was nothing wrong with our school. There was nothing wrong with our neighborhood. What we had was a directive that came out of Washington, D.C., some 4,000 miles away, and it just didn't work for us. So I am more than pleased to join with superintendents, principals, school board members who celebrate that federal bureaucrats will be prohibited from dictating standards, assessments, and school ability plans. No more federal control, no more waivers with strings, no more one-size-fits-all education mandates that really never, ever fit us in Alaska. I also place a high value on the fact that this bill recognizes the rights of our American Indian, Alaska Native, and Native Hawaiian peoples throughout the country and makes sure that they know that they have a greater say in how public schools will serve their children. And also that this bill will support the revitalization of Native languages by supporting Native language immersion schools. This has always been one of my priorities, and I'm pleased that we see this within the Every Student Succeeds Act. I am very grateful for the support of colleagues on both sides of the aisle. Senator Boxer worked with me on this to make sure that we maintained federal support for after-school programs that allow parents to remain at work if they need to after the school day ends, knowing that their children are going to be safe and engaged in good activities, in enriching activities that help them learn in a fun way. And so making sure that we had that critical piece in the bill was important. I'm also grateful for the support for a number of Alaska-specific provisions that will ensure that this bill, unlike the No Child Left Behind Act, will truly fit Alaska's needs. And I appreciate a great deal the work that Senator Alexander put into working through some of these issues with us, understanding the Alaska piece, recognizing that sometimes we have entities that are different than what you have in the lower 48, and how you translate that when you're drafting language to make sure that it works is key. And his staff worked with mine to make sure that we really didn't drop the ball in these areas. Those of us who are parents realize that this legislation will give us a stronger voice in our children's education and encourage parents to take the lead in helping our schools communicate better with parents rather than the other way around. And again, coming into the politics of schools, knowing that your parents have a voice in what is happening with the schools is critically important. Over the years, we've all met with teachers, school board members, parents, principals, superintendents, and students from our states who were really just so discouraged, very discouraged, sometimes just plain old fed up with the No Child Left Behind top-down control over every decision. But the Every Student Succeeds Act guarantees that our parents, our teachers, our tribes, our community leaders, and principals have a seat at the table to design how our schools serve our children. It even guarantees our governors a voice while drastically reducing the role of the Secretary of Education here in Washington, D.C. I want to acknowledge the good work of the members of the Senate Help Committee and their staffs. We all know that their staffs just put in amazing hours to get the bill to this point, working together, compromising, negotiating, making their case for the priorities of their constituents. This bill, Mr. President, is one of the great examples, a poster child, if you will, of how Congress should be working around here. It's hard work, but it requires compromise. It requires an open amendment process in committee, which we absolutely had. We had days and days of process on the committee, and then here on the floor, but also within the conference committee. We had a real live, old-fashioned conference committee, and it was an absolute pleasure to be part of a process where you could go in with your colleagues from the House on the other side of the table, going back and forth and further perfecting a bill. In just a few days, Mr. President, the baton now on education reform will be handed off to the people of our states, and I look forward to this. I'm encouraging folks back home, get involved, be aware, know what's going on. It will be a responsibility that every one of our constituents must take seriously, no matter what role they play in a student's life. What happens next in each of our states will be determined by the people who show up, who share their perspectives with their states, with their departments of education, with their school boards. And I believe that coming together in this way, again, at that local level, at that state level, together, it will be a good job for Alaska's children and for all of our nation's children. And with that, Mr. President, I thank you. I yield the floor, and I would